Disney built its empire by telling stories about overcoming darkness, but hidden inside those stories is real darkness, the kind that doesn't get overcome, the kind that just destroys everything. For over 80 years, Disney has been showing children death scenes that rival horror films. Today, we're counting down the darkest character deaths Disney ever created. The villains destroyed brutally, the innocent killed unexpectedly, deaths adults still remember decades later. Film 1, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1937. Snow White was Disney's first animated feature film in 1937. Nobody had seen anything like it, but hidden inside this fairy tale is one of the most brutal deaths ever animated. The evil queen is obsessed with being the most beautiful woman. When she discovers Snow White is prettier, she orders her death. Snow White escapes and finds the seven dwarfs. The queen creates a poisoned apple and tricks Snow White into eating it. But the queen's rage isn't finished. She climbs a mountain during a violent thunderstorm carrying a massive boulder to crush the dwarfs. Lightning strikes the cliff. She loses her footing and falls off the edge. A giant boulder follows her down, crushing her completely off screen. Disney doesn't stop there. At the bottom of the mountain, vultures circle her corpse, waiting to feed. In 1937, in a movie rated G, this wasn't subtle. Disney established that evil gets destroyed completely, brutally, without mercy. The message was clear. Evil has consequences. Film 2, Bambi 1942. Bambi is a beautiful story about a young deer learning about life in the forest. Then Disney kills his mother in one of cinema's most traumatic scenes. You never actually see it happen. That's what makes it worse. Bambi and his mother are eating grass in a meadow. His mother hears danger and tells him to run. They sprint through the forest. Bambi makes it to safety. His mother doesn't. A gunshot rings out. Then, Bambi comes back looking for her. She's gone. Disney didn't show blood or gore. They didn't need to. The silence said everything. That single gunshot is more powerful than any battle scene. It's why Bambi's mother is still one of the most remembered deaths in movie history. Adults who watched this in the 1940s still talk about the trauma today. A child watching his mother disappear into darkness. No goodbye. No explanation. Just gone. This scene taught children that death is real, loss is permanent, and sometimes people don't come back. Film 3, Sleeping Beauty, 1959. Sleeping Beauty gave us one of the most dramatic villain deaths ever animated. Maleficent is pure evil. She curses a baby just because she wasn't invited to a party. When the prince will defeat her, she calls on dark magic. She transforms into a massive fire-breathing dragon. She wants to burn him alive in a garden of thorns. The three good fairies help the prince. His sword glows with magic. He throws it directly into the dragon's heart. Maleficent screams, a real, piercing scream. Then, she crashes into a cliff so hard it shatters the rock. She falls into green flames below, while a dark, stylized silhouette stains the thorns. Disney showed graphic imagery in a 1959 movie for kids. This was intentional. Disney was saying evil gets destroyed completely. She doesn't just die, she's obliterated. The visual is terrifying. Disney showed children that opposing good doesn't just end badly. Film 4, The Little Mermaid 1989. The Little Mermaid saved Disney in 1989. The studio was struggling, everyone loved it, the music was incredible, and everyone ignored what happens to Ursula. Ursula is a sea witch who makes deals with merfolk. She takes their voices and gives them what they want. The price is always their souls. She's collected hundreds. When Ariel wants to become human, Ursula makes a deal. She takes Ariel's voice and gives her legs, but she sets an impossible deadline. 3 days for true love's kiss, or Ariel belongs to Ursula forever. When the plan fails, Ursula loses her mind. She transforms herself into a giant sea monster, kaiju-sized. She towers over the ocean like a nightmare. Prince Eric steers his ship directly at her. The jagged, splintered bow pierces straight through her torso, a level of violence rarely seen in a G-rated film. As she dies in the water, Disney shows her skeleton lighting up with electricity. Dark, stylized shadows replace blood. Her tentacles go limp. She sinks deeper into darkness. This wasn't a quick death. This was agonizing. Disney showing children what absolute agony looks like. Film 5, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, 1996. Judge Frollo is one of Disney's most hypocritical villains. He's a religious judge who runs Paris. He preaches morality, but underneath, he's a monster. Frollo wants to exterminate the Romani people. He's obsessed with Esmeralda, a beautiful Romani girl. His lust torments him. He can't control it. He writes a song called Hellfire. In it, he admits his struggle. He's a judge condemning others for sin while burning with his own lust. He's a hypocrite. But instead of changing, he decides to burn Esmeralda alive. When his plans fail, Frollo chases Quasimodo and Esmeralda onto the cathedral roof. He draws a knife to stab them both. Quasimodo fights back, overpowers him, and saves Esmeralda. Frollo grabs a stone gargoyle to stop his fall, but it comes to life. It becomes demonic. It's his conscience, his own evil reflected back at him. He falls directly into molten lead, far below the cathedral. As he falls, he screams. You hear his voice getting smaller as the heat consumes him. Disney created a scene where a man falls into hell itself, in a PG-rated movie. Film 6, Tarzan 1999. Tarzan's death scene for Clayton is absolutely brutal. It doesn't show blood, but it shows everything else. Clayton is a hunter who wants to kill animals. During the final battle in the jungle, he's chasing Tarzan through a massive thunderstorm. They fight around vines and branches. Tarzan escapes. Clayton doesn't realize a vine is wrapped around his neck. Panicked and desperate, Clayton swings his machete. The vine pulls tight. His body goes limp. Disney doesn't show his face. The scene cuts between shadow and lightning strikes. The most disturbing moment comes when lightning illuminates the trees. You see only the shadow of his hanging body. His legs dangle below the branches. His feet swing slightly. Then, darkness returns. The animators made a hanging death look absolutely real through darkness and silhouette. A child understands it through what remains unseen. It's the kind of scene that stays with you forever. Film 7, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, 1988. Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit is hands down the most painful death in any Disney film. Disney produced it, so it counts. Doom is pure evil. He wants to destroy Toontown and kill anyone who gets in his way. When he loses the final battle, a steamroller flattens him. His body presses into the pavement like a cartoon character. But he comes back. He gets up. He's still alive. That's when Eddie Valiant, the film's protagonist, opens a pressurized valve on a tank of dip, spraying Doom with the chemical that destroys cartoon characters. As the dip sprays on him, the chemical eats away his body piece by piece. His hand melts. His arm, his face comes apart. He's conscious the entire time. He's screaming and suffering as the liquid dissolves him. The scene is so intense that parents complained to Disney. It was too much. But Disney put it in the movie anyway. Doom suffers a long, agonizing death. This is body horror, a man being chemically dissolved while conscious. The scene became one of the most talked about Disney deaths ever. Film 8, The Lion King, 1994. The Lion King gave us Mufasa, one of the most beloved fathers in movie history. His death is the saddest moment in any Disney film. Scar, Mufasa's own brother, leads a stampede straight at him. Wildebeest run everywhere. Scar grabs him and pulls him down into the stampede. Thousands of animals trample him. Simba watches his father disappear into the chaos. When the stampede ends, Mufasa lies on the ground, barely alive. Simba finds him. Mufasa tells him to be brave. Then he closes his eyes. He dies in his son's arms. But Disney added something darker. After Mufasa dies, Scar's hyena army turns on him. They don't just kill him, they devour him. The hyenas consume him. We see their shadows closing in. We see them lunging at him. Flames rise around them. Scar screams as the very army he thought he controlled turns against him. They eat him alive, while fire consumes everything. Justice comes through violence. Evil dies the way it lived, but the cost is enormous. A father is dead. A son is traumatized. The cycle of violence continues. This scene showed children that death has real consequences. Loss changes everything. Film 9, The Princess and the Frog 2009. Dr. Facilier is one of Disney's most charismatic villains. He makes deals with dark forces to get power. When his plans fail, his shadow literally comes back to haunt him. Facilier promised spirits, souls, in exchange for power. He wanted to take over New Orleans. He wanted wealth and control. But the heroes stop him. His plans collapse. The magic he used turns against him. The spirits he made deals with are angry. The dark spirits rise from the shadows. They manifest as twisted forms, demonic creatures made of pure shadow, and Facilier is their target. They grab him. They drag him down into the shadows. His face twists in absolute horror. For a split second, his face becomes a voodoo mask. Then he's pulled into darkness. His body distorts. His screams echo as the spirits pull him down. He's gone, completely pulled into the shadows. But the horror doesn't end there. After he's dragged away, a literal tombstone appears in the graveyard. His terrified face is engraved on the stone, a haunting final image showing that even in death, his fear remains. It's surreal, it's terrifying. He's just taken. There's no rescue. There's no salvation. Film 10, The Incredibles 2004. The Incredibles has the most disturbing unseen death in Disney history. Syndrome is a teenage genius who builds weapons to kill superheroes. He's bitter because the hero family rejected him. They defeat him completely. His plans fall apart. He's desperate. He runs to his personal jet. The family chases him. Syndrome jumps into the cockpit and starts the engines. The jet begins to move. Syndrome grabs onto the jet to escape. But his cape gets caught in the jet engine. The turbine starts to spin. It spins faster. Syndrome realizes what's happening. The core theme of the movie, established early by Edna Mode, is no capes. She warned about cape dangers. Now he's experiencing it. The turbine pulls him toward the engine. His feet lift off the ground. He's being dragged. His arms reach out. He's screaming. He tries to grab anything to stop the pull. The sound of the engine pitch changes. A brief flash shows his silhouette being pulled into the intake. Then the entire jet explodes into a massive fireball. Syndrome is gone. It's not graphic. It's not gory. But the implication is unmistakable. A teenage boy just died in a jet turbine, burned in a fireball. The visual is haunting because what you don't see is worse than what you do. Film 11, Up 2009. Charles Muntz is a villain hiding behind a beloved reputation. He was a famous adventurer, a celebrity, a national hero. But he's become obsessed with capturing a rare bird called Kevin. He offers a reward for anyone who brings it to him, but he doesn't want to pay. He wants to take it by force. When Carl and Doug stand in his way, Muntz becomes furious. The mask comes off. He's not a hero. He's a monster. He's willing to kill an old man and an innocent dog. They fight on Muntz's floating house, suspended in the sky by thousands of balloons. There's no ground below, just empty air. Muntz is chasing Kevin and Russell. He jumps through a window of the dirigible, but his foot catches on a few balloon strings attached to the house. He can't free himself. He stumbles. He's falling through the clouds while clutching at the balloons. The balloons can't support his weight. They tear free. He falls and disappears into the clouds below. It's the fall that haunts you. He's falling through endless sky with nothing to grab. No hope, no rescue. Just gravity pulling him down into emptiness. Film 12. Big Hero 6, 2014. Tadashi Hamada is Hiro's older brother. He's the protector, the role model, the one who taught Hiro everything about robotics. His mentor, Professor Callahan, is trapped in a burning building. Fire spreads everywhere, but Tadashi doesn't hesitate. He runs into the flames. Hiro watches from outside. He's screaming. His brother is running towards certain danger, and there's nothing he can do. Then the building explodes. The entire structure collapses inward. Flames shoot out of windows. Debris falls everywhere. Tadashi is inside. He doesn't come out. Hiro runs toward the burning building. Other people hold him back. He's screaming. He's crying. He's calling for his brother, but Tadashi is gone. It's the most realistic death in any Disney film. It's how people actually die, in accidents, in disasters, in moments of heroism that don't have happy endings. Tadashi died trying to save a man who had already saved himself. Professor Callahan survived using high-tech armor. Tadashi's sacrifice was unnecessary. He died for nothing. The funeral scene is brutal. Hiro sits alone. His family grieves. Tadashi's death changed everything. Film 13, Tangled, 2010. Mother Gothel is not a typical Disney villain. She doesn't want world domination. She's a woman obsessed with staying young. She's willing to trap and abuse a child to maintain her beauty. Rapunzel doesn't know why she's trapped. Gothel has convinced her the world is dangerous. But Rapunzel escapes. She discovers the truth. Her hair was the only thing keeping Gothel young. When Flynn Rider cuts Rapunzel's hair short, the magic disappears. Gothel suddenly ages, all at once. All the years she stole from time come back to her in seconds. Her face wrinkles, her body deteriorates, her hair turns white, her skin sags. She stumbles backward. She's falling out the tower window. As she falls, her transformation accelerates. She ages faster and faster. By the time she hits the ground, she's ancient. Her body has aged decades in moments. Then she turns to dust. She crumbles completely, a woman consumed by her own vanity. Her obsession with youth literally kills her. It's body horror disguised as a fairy tale. Film 14, The Black Cauldron, 1985. The Horned King is one of Disney's darkest villains. He's pure evil, he's skeletal, he's death incarnate. He wants to raise an army of the undead and conquer the world. He discovers the Black Cauldron, a magical object that can turn living creatures into zombie soldiers. The cauldron has immense power. This is his moment. But the magic doesn't work the way he expects. The cauldron craves a soul. It hungers. The Horned King realizes the danger too late. The cauldron's magical force creates a vacuum. His body is being pulled inside. His flesh is torn from his bones. His skeleton is exposed. He screams, a real, piercing scream of agony. The cauldron is devouring him. It's consuming his body violently. His entire body is torn into the cauldron. He's gone, completely absorbed. But it's not over. The cauldron's power explodes outward. The magical force tears his skeleton apart. His bones scatter and explode everywhere. The Horned King is disintegrated, destroyed, obliterated, erased from existence. It's body horror. It's cosmic terror. Film 15, Moana 2016. Moana's grandmother, Tala, is old. She's sick. She's dying. That's why her death is so powerful. Tala has supported Moana her entire life. She encouraged her to follow her dreams. She believed in her. She shared her wisdom. But time catches up with everyone. Tala's body is failing. She's getting weaker. She's in pain. As Moana prepares for her final voyage, Tala becomes very sick. She's bedridden. She can barely move. She's struggling to breathe. Tala urges Moana to leave, to begin her journey, to save her people. She says goodbye. She tells Moana to follow her heart. Then Moana leaves. She walks toward the ocean. As she reaches the beach, Moana looks back. The light in Tala's house goes out. Tala is gone. But Moana isn't alone. Tala returns immediately as a bioluminescent manta ray spirit. She guides Moana through the ocean. It's the most gentle death on this list, but it's devastating because it's real. Conclusion. Disney built its empire on happy endings, but hidden inside these stories are some of the darkest deaths in cinema history. Some are quick, some are slow, some are violent, some are silent, but they're all unforgettable. Why does Disney do this? Because real life has darkness. Death is real. Loss is real. Fear is real. Children need to see that. Disney didn't apologize for these deaths. They showed the truth, and that's why these movies still matter decades later.